without further ado, there we go. There we go. The last time I saw you, it was at a lovely cafe just outside the race village at Les Sables d'Olonne.
I know, about to set off
It's been a while.
Yeah, and I've made it further.
You have made it further, yeah. Well, you have a little bit more help with this time.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably thanks to all the girls I sail with.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I think, Sam, I think my first question is about this whole skipper thing, which, you know, I think maybe people made more out of it than it was, but you know, it was something that always was strange to us, is naming you a person on board, and this kind of discussion that it wasn't about it. It was all about the team, and I think most of us who race offshore, we all kind of think, well, we need a decision maker. We need to look to someone always.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that's easy to have if you've got an obvious one and someone who's bringing all the experience and all the ability to make all those decisions. But I think because we were so new to this, it wasn't an obvious thing. That I don't know. I've never done the Volvo before. I've never sailed on these boats.
There's you don't do a lot of crude sailing.
I don't do a lot of crude sailing, and I think the way we did it was a really good way, because it's a way of getting everybody's experience together, and we have some amazing coaches who. So to start with, we didn't actually need that skipper person, because in a way it's almost a waste of a person. Because we were sailing with our coaches, so and that let the whole crew evolve and develop together, and work out the way we needed to sail together, and how we needed to do it, and who's going to be in which role.
So do you still feel on board like it's more cooperative than hierarchical?
I think there's a bit of hierarchy, but yeah, I guess we work together as a team, and I don't boss everyone around. That's not the way we do it. I like to listen to everybody, and I will take a final decision, but it will be a decision that's taken into everybody's input into account, and I think that's pretty important, because we all coming from so many different backgrounds, and everyone brings their own skill, that it's really important to use all those inputs to get the best out of the team and the boat.
I think without the egos involved, and it doesn't seem to be anyone on the team that's got much ego to get in the way, that might make it easy, yeah?
Yeah, it does, and it's I think it's more of an outside viewpoint than an internal thing. The skipper, person in charge,
most of it's just people trying to get people riled up, right?
Yeah, and one great thing as well about our team is, and it's something I think probably from when you last saw me in Les Sables d'Olonne, I suffered quite a lot from in France, is the media and all the pressure that comes with being the skipper, that has absolutely nothing to do with sailing the boat or the performance, and that's something I did say to Richard Breesich, who runs the team, is it's that for me in the last Vendée Globe was I was dead before the start, just from having to deal with all of that, and with the sponsors, with the media, with not that I enjoy it, but it takes a lot of energy out of me, and so that's another great thing about the team, is that they try not to put emphasis on the skipper, and they don't push me to be at every single event and every single press conference and every single,
to share all that media with
every
else.
Single media. Yeah. That's all shared with everyone, which is great for the whole team, because everyone in each country we go to, there's always someone who would be the best person to be at the TV interview or the radio interview, and even for the sponsor events as well, there's no big demands that it's always the skipper that's there. They're happy to have the sailing team and whoever's available from the sailing team to do it. So that's the really nice side. Maybe that's why it comes out less hierarchy-like in the media, because we're sharing all that load, and for me that's really nice.
Let's talk technical for a second. You guys have a lot of time in the boat, some great coaches, great analysis and data and all this stuff. I guess, how far along do you feel in terms of your ability to use the sails, to have the widest range for the sails and use the proper sails and have the right settings for the rig? And I mean, how far along do you feel on a range from sort of fastest to slowest?
Pretty far along. We feel like we've got the hours and the miles in, and we're not just sailing around sailing around just for sailing around. It's been really intense, like performance analysis and sail trim training, coaching. We've used all our coaches, Brad, Yoka, Axel, all full-time, but then we've also had some other VIPs come in from time to time to help us, and with all of that information has been listened to and digested by us all. So we're really confident with where we are, and that's really good, because when you're out there on the water and you're really tired, and the sea state's shit and you can't get your numbers, it's just great and really reassuring to have this Bible that we've got of knowledge to go back to, and we get all our settings right, or how we think they should be, and then we know that we're in the ballpark, and we can sort of do a reset if we're struggling for numbers for some reason. And that's nice, but at the same time we're also pretty open to the fact that we've only ever sailed around on our own, because the Volvo rule doesn't let us sail with other boats, and that's what we've learned is not necessarily what's going to be the fastest in 9 months' time. And so we're also really open to keeping an eye on the other boats, seeing what they're doing, seeing if they're going faster, and accepting the fact that what we've learned is, as the perfect trim or the best settings, might not necessarily be it, because there might be something we've overlooked. So we're open to changing everything we've learnt, but we know we've got a pretty good base.
Is this the first one design boat you've sailed since the Figaro?
Yeah, with the exception of a couple of J80 races, and I think the Figaro is probably the other one design boat that I've sailed really.
It's been a while. What does one design sort of do to your brain now compared to the old Open 60 days? How does it? I mean, how are you handling it?
Well, it's actually quite nice, and it's like doing a big Figaro. And the Figaro class is a class that I love, and I would love to go back and
it's pretty special
and race again in the Figaro. But it comes with one design, also comes with complications, and the rule is very, it's hard to police the whole thing and to make sure it's always fair, and it is always one design. And I do remember, because I was in the committee on the class Figaro committee for a long time, and it's a struggle to keep all that under control. And when I heard the Volvo was going one design, I was like, oh my god, how on earth are they going to manage to do that? Like, with all the struggle that we have in the class Figaro to keep it one design, and this is just multiplying on a massive scale. So I think Volvo have done a good job doing that. It's not easy. So
but folks, if you want to look at how hard it is to do a one design at 65 feet, go take a look at the the Appendix F.
Yeah.
That's all the changes allowed since the rules. Yeah. The rule of, gee, there's 300 things in there.
Yeah, and Team SCA, we're really lucky, because we've got a team, and we've got our shore crew who manage that. Richard Mason, who's a pretty good expert on the shore side, and there's a lot of stuff in there that, again, I think some of the other skippers, they have to worry about that the whole time, and all of that is taken off my plate, off my worry list for me, and yeah, a huge weight removed so that we can concentrate on the sailing.
How does it work out for your family compared to, like, 100 days at sea, like in a Vendée or or one of those things, compared to a month at sea and then maybe you get to see them?
Yeah, it's funny, because everyone's like, oh, it's so long, this leg's going to be so long. Really?
Like, this is like going to the grocery store.
No, I'm not saying it's not long, it is long. But compared to, I guess we're a bit extreme, the Vendée Globe skippers. Cause
just a little.
Long is 3 months, not 1 month. But 3 months and then it's over. So you have one start, one finish, one emotional goodbye, hopefully, and one emotional return, and then the race is over. And that's, in a way, that's why the Vendée Globe's so hard, because you only get one chance at it as well. So this is good, because having not succeeded in the last one I did, at least in the Volvo, you've got lots of emotional goodbyes, but lots of chances as well. To if you mess up a leg, then at the end of the day, if you do all the rest of them well, you can get away with it.
I'm almost out of time here, but as a gym rat, I love to see strong girls. You look fabulous. You look stronger than I've ever seen you. Is it because you're getting to train with team members instead of on your own?
We had a massive gym training program, and everyone's put a real emphasis on the physical side of things, because sailing these boats is physical. We learned that because we took the old Puma, so we were training on a Volvo 70, so we trained the hard way before we got the 65. And our coaches they've always said, and they're right, that this is, and especially with it being so long, physically very, very hard. And so we have been pushing really hard in the gym ever since the beginning of this project. And yeah, for me it's great to be this much well trained. And I think the other side of it is the fact that the team is a big team, and a lot of things have been removed from from my worry list, whereas compared to my previous projects where I've had small teams and small budgets, so I am also working on the shore team, I'm working with the sponsors, the budget, I have to spend a lot of time in the office, and all of that is removed, so really we do concentrate fully 100% on sailing and physical fitness. And we've got a great physical trainer, Santi, and we had a gym in Lanzarote that was fantastic. And we spent an hour in every morning.
I'm so sad I didn't take that trip to come see you guys.
Yeah, you should have. You'd have loved it. Pretty much 7 days through 7 we were in the gym, and it's made a huge difference. And
a couple hours a day?
Probably an hour a day in the gym. And
then sailing. And
then the rest of the day sailing in 25 knots. So we were all in bed by 9 p.m. And those of us who have toddlers, that's a bit extra physical training at the end of the day when you find your 2-year-old and have to battle him through dinner and into bed as well. So
isn't that your partner's job? Come on.
No, because he didn't live in Lanzarote the full time. So a lot of time I was a single mum.
While training and sailing.
And sailing every day, and I have a great au pair who was with me. So, but your kid, when mum comes home and dad's in France, at the end of the day, then he forgets the au pair, and you have to do everything.
All right, well, as you know, I could do this for 6 hours, but we're not going to. I'll leave you go. I have plenty more to ask you when I see you down the road. But have a great leg. I'm pretty confident you guys are going to do really well.
We're going to just keep working hard at it and hopefully keep moving forward.
I know you've got the speed.
And
see it.
Thank
see
you
it on
guys for all your support.
You're welcome.
For us. We appreciate it. And
it's a pleasure to be just to pay attention. It's a pleasure, and to know that you're not out there as a puff piece is what matters.
Yeah.
To me, that's what matters. Why I'm not asking you about tampons. Okay.
we like to make sure everyone knows that we're out there to mean business, and it's good when we've got people like you guys helping us promote that.
You got it. All right. Awesome.